Welcome to week 5 of this beginner's belly dance course with me, Lindsey Marie Silver, here at Sahara Studio in Scotland. In this class, we're going to be enjoying 2 fabulous new shimmies. We're going to take a deep dive into the shoulder shimmy and also a movement known as the Moroccan shimmy. You might know it by another name if you're in another part of the world, or it might be completely brand new to you. So let's start off, first of all, with the shoulder shimmy, shall we? Well, let's dive in. So in this fabulous session, we're going to start off in our basic stance. Now, if you don't know it yet, you can nip back on the playlist, check out the basic stance and breathing technique. We're utilizing those right now. So just get yourself into that alignment, and then from there, take a deep breath and just relax in to your body. Coming down from busy mind, down into quiet, sensual body. And just feel each of your sensations. Which part of your body feels tense today? Which feels more relaxed? And one of the most incredible things I find about shimmies are they're so releasing, liberating, freeing, cleansing. And they're amazing with that to shift your energy. What's happened here? My bracelet is halfway up my arm. Wow. That's the magic of Ganesha. Okay, and so with that cleansing and Ganesha energy, we are going to be utilizing this movement pattern of the shoulders. So specifically the muscles of anterior, the front of your body, and posterior, the back of your body, deltoids, the muscles of the shoulders. Within the shoulder muscles, you also have medial deltoid that sits right on the top of your shoulders, and that is the set of muscles that helps you to elevate your arms like this, and various similar movements. It also helps you to raise your shoulders up to your ears. Why am I telling you about those ones? Because those are the ones I want you not to use in this movement. We want to bring the shoulders right the way down. Sink them deep down and make sure that the shoulder joint is in neutral. When I say that, what I mean is we're not in this shoulder forwards position and we're not in this too wide a shoulder back position. You're just comfortably in neutral. Now, if you're aware that you have a shoulder joint injury, or if you have some form of postural alignment that's slightly out at the moment, just being very mindful of that. Just be aware of that and only just take this movement to where it feels good for you. But let's assume that for now your posture is in alignment. What we're going to be doing is bringing the shoulders forwards and back using the front and the back of shoulders, anterior and posterior deltoids. So the shoulder doesn't travel upwards here. It's nice, long, lean muscles of neck and upper trapezius that sits right in the base of your skull and comes all the way out towards your shoulders. Upper trapezius is long, lean, it's outstretched, trying not to contract and shorten upper trapezius. So we're in here. The plane of motion is this way. It's on the horizon. It's horizontal, parallel with the horizon. So what we're going to do, I would suggest bring your hands out in front. Imagine maybe that you've got them placed against the mirror there or on a wall. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring your shoulder, let's start on one side, bring the shoulder forwards. And naturally notice what happens on the other side of your body. This shoulder begins to sink backwards. It comes directly backwards as this one comes forwards. Now you can allow for yourself to extend into that movement. So you want to actually encourage that here. So we're bringing the shoulder forwards, and on this side, we're naturally bringing it back. You can encourage that. Bring it back into neutral, so we're coming back into center, into full alignment where we were before. And let's try on the other side. We're going to bring the shoulder forwards and the other one comes back. And bring it back into center. Let's bring it forwards, the other one comes back and back into center. Coming forwards and back into center. Now, in this movement, there is a little bit of a natural rotation of your rib cage. Although the primary source of movement is your shoulder muscles. But just notice this gentle twist of the rib cage that comes forwards and back. And you don't want to particularly exaggerate that. You don't want to encourage that more than is natural. But just be aware of that. And with that, this very light contraction of the muscles of waist. Your external obliques that run down the side of your body there. Let's try that a little bit faster now, shall we? So we're going to alternate 1 forward, 1 back. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and keep your hands nice and still. Try and keep the hips nice and still. The movement coming from shoulders. Try to take your hands wide and just notice how that feels to do that. Notice any alteration to your own body's momentum. Let's take that up to speed now. And you will feel that your own body picks up its own momentum. Just enjoy that sensation. Whee! Nice. And take a moment to notice as you do that, have your shoulders popped out of alignment? Have they come forwards or back? Just set yourself up again in that basic stance with full alignment. Perhaps opening outwards through the chest. Take a deep breath in and you can try another round of that. So this movement, you can do that big like this to accent maybe a beat or a certain point in the music to be like pow, kablam. What superhero movies have I been watching lately? Boom, kapow, boom, kapow. Or you could do that in a shimmy motion where it becomes a continuous flow of that movement. Wow. And steadying through the hips. We're using that anchoring technique through the low half, and that allows us the freedom to move through the upper half. Woohoo! Yes, well done. Nice. In terms of the benefits of the shoulder shimmy for your body, for your well-being, they are actually huge. Now, maybe you thought the shoulder shimmy was just this kind of fun, sassy, sexy little boob shimmy. But actually, let me tell you, in my studies over the last 20 plus years into belly dance, its history and its benefits for you, from everything that I can see in the dance world, but also what's happening in the medical science research world, it strikes me that shimmies are some of the most health boosting, the most immune system boosting movements that we actually could do. Animals shimmy all the time. You think about a dog and the way that it comes out of the water or it has like an experience that was unpleasant and it resets its entire nervous system with a shimmy. Woo. And it's a full body shimmy often. Woo. And then it finishes with the tail. So we can reset our entire nervous system. There's evidence to show that. We can reset our entire nervous system with a shimmy. The shoulder shimmy in particular, and particularly for women, is beneficial because We have all of these lymph nodes around the breast tissue and under our arms, in our shoulders. Rhomboids under here. And with this physical movement of those lymph nodes, you're literally flushing lymphatic fluid through your system. You're getting rid of toxins. They're passed through your kidneys and liver after that, and they're processed and eliminated out of your body. And anybody who has the misfortune to know about breast cancer, there are some studies to show that there could be lots of benefit to practicing this movement throughout your lifetime. I'll encourage you to do your own research on that, have a little look into that. It's quite a fascinating read. If you'd like some links, I'd be happy to provide those as well. Apart from that, it's just a fun shimmy. It feels really, really good. So freeing and liberating. So the second shimmy that we're going to look at in this class, we spoke about the hip shimmy, Moroccan shimmy. We also just spoke about the way that dogs shimmy and they wag their tail and their entire rear end to reset their experiences. And we're going to do that. So one of the terms that our friend Roz referred to this movement as, she likes to call it the waggy dog shimmy. So you can call it whatever you like. I hope you'll experience it with as much joy and passion as I do. It feels very comforting and soothing, and it's very freeing for hips. It's fabulous for low back if you spend a lot of time during your day sitting, perhaps working in an office, sat in a chair. You're going to find this one fabulous. So we're starting off in that basic stance. Bend through your knees, tuck your hips under, lift through rib cage, shoulders round and down, chin in alignment, crown of the head to the sky, tailbone to the ground. Deep breath in here. Fuel the muscles as you use them. And the first thing we're going to do, still on the horizontal plane of motion, this time we're going to be using the muscles of the waist in the external obliques, a little bit of your abdominals, and erector spinae, this kite-shaped muscle in at the center of your back. We're also going to utilize a bit of your hip flexors, right in at the hip, and a tiny bit of glutes. So with yourself in that position, bring your hands just somewhere where they're out of the way. Let's perhaps bring them to this elevation. Or you might choose to have them out in front like this. We're going to bring one hip forwards with this twist action of the waist. Bring the hip forwards. Now your hips are in neutral in that basic stance. I want you to be mindful to keep the hips in neutral. Let's bring it back into center. And then on the other side, let's try bring the other side out in front. And bring it back into center. Now, just like we did in the shoulder shimmy, we're going to be bringing this additional flow of movement on the other side. So as you bring your hip forwards, naturally you feel the other side come back. You can allow that to happen, perhaps even encouraging it. So coming other side, back to center, other side, into center, flowing through. One side to the other, flowing through. Let me show you front on what this looks like. So we're in here. We're bringing the hip forwards, 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 forwards. You want to keep this hip line nice and level. So your hip is not coming up. We're not working on this plane. It's directly straight across, horizontally. Your upper half, let's anchor through your upper half. Using that anchoring technique, those 3 sets of muscles in your upper body, working hard so that you can liberate the low half of the body into movement. Perhaps bring your hands out like this. So there's this twisting motion going through the waist. Forwards, 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 but also taking the hip back on the other side. Forwards and back, forwards and back. Forwards, 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 forwards. Yes? Building up the speed. Wow. I shimmied so fast there and so hard and so fabulously that some coins, 3 coins, came off my scarf. So let me show you from the side. It's here. Now, if your hips come out of neutral, it's going to look more like this. And you'll see that this hip line comes diagonal up and down like this. This is not what we're aiming for right now. We want to bring the hips directly under and it's straight forwards and back. I'm going to turn to the mirror. I can see you over there. So we're coming forwards and back. Relax your shoulders. Keep them neutral. Soften your knees. Relax through knees. Keep that nice bend through there. Well done. So there's lots more I could tell you about that particular shimmy, but for now, maybe just enjoy having a practice of that. Think about the alignment as you go through that practice. Really, really important that you're encouraging good posture. And so we can bring both of those movements together. The reason that I thought to teach them to you both in this one session is they are moving in a similar movement pattern, although they're using very different muscles to drive the movement. It's good to practice one and the other because as you strengthen through low half, isn't it also really important to strengthen through upper half? Throughout the body, it works in pairings. Your muscles, front and back of your body work in pairings, but also top to bottom, there's pairings. We always want to encourage balance within and harmony then throughout our whole system. So let's just enjoy a few moments here of practice through upper and lower half. So we're going to move through shoulders and gradually build that up into a shimmy. And then through low half, perhaps framing with some arms. Into upper half, you can take it out to the side, through center and out to the other side. Into center, down into hips. Take it out to one side, through center, other side. Wow! Let me know how that felt to you. And perhaps you could leave a little comment in the comments section of this video. Tell me, what did you enjoy most about that? Do you feel the benefits already? How do you feel it could benefit you in future? And whilst you're there, if you feel like it, if you've enjoyed these videos, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Put a little like there, sprinkle some love on the page. These videos help me and our studio to continue sharing and offering and supporting women here in Edinburgh, in Scotland. If you're based in Edinburgh, feel free, come and join us in person. This is fabulous to connect like this, but in person, wow, so much more can happen. If you're enjoying these videos online, it is amazing. I'm blown away that we're able to connect like this. And the way that you're benefiting from these videos, I would love to be able to reach more people like you, men and women and children and everybody, animals, let's shimmy. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to share more with you in the next video. I love you. Goodbye.